Hello, my name is Davidson Matisse. This is Homework 8, Part 1. The requirement for this homework was to modify a traffic light controller of table 14.4 so that it makes light to go red in both directions for one cycle before turning a light green. Ultimately, what that means is if I have a if I have two if I had two traffic light, it should be able to side east and west and north and south before turning green. And before modifying this, it was pretty hard to understand what that meant. So the action and task that I took towards understanding and deciphering this problem was pretty much drawing the state diagram and seeing what was asked out of me. For instance, um, it says that it should be both red. One of the things that I did is I wrote down what the requirements, which is it should be both red before it turns green on north and south, and it should be both red before it turns green. After understanding and comprehending that first task, what was required of me, I went ahead to draw the state diagram, where came to a conclusion of what needed to be done. So not to kind of summarize what I am going to show you guys on this video on my traffic light. I want to go ahead and start off by stating some of the inputs that I use, and that's carrier is another being a sensor. Reset is just go your traffic light and going back to state zero. My clock is the pulse that generates um, is the pause that goes through a certain cycle. And for this traffic light and what else? Food. Oh, before I even proceed, for lights, my output of lights it goes in the following order from green, yellow, red, green, yellow, and red for east and west. So I made that six. I made that 6 bits. So that I hope that that is able to help you out understand what corresponds to what, because sometimes it may be a little bit hard. So glimpse of what is going on inside my code. Um, a simulation was done to see and to visually see what's going on and decipher each clock pulse. So for state zero, where I say that it will be green on my north and south traffic light, um, if it gets a zero, if sensor does not detect a car, it should stay there. It should still be green on the north and south side, and it should stay red on the east and west. If, however, if a car is detected, it should go to that next state where where it would go to my it was go to it would turn yellow on my north and south and stay and become red by east and west. However, for the rest of it, it doesn't matter whether it's a one or whether it detects or it doesn't detect a car. It should still be able to next state and follow the operation. So, for instance, at state one, we know that it needs to go to state two because what the sensor detects, whether a car or whether there's a car or whether not a car, it should go to the next state. So at state one, if the sensor detects a car, um, it should both turn red. And the reason behind that is because we modify our traffic light to go both red before it could detect another green on either north and south or east and west, and at state three and state four. And given the fact that we had to do it right before it goes green, so therefore you may see that as output of 0101, which is which is when where both of them are red for north and south and red for east and west. Then it detects where it's gonna be green on one of those on traffic light, and that happens at the east and west. So therefore, um, it will be red on north and south and green for east and west. Then it goes to the next state. It detects it goes to the next state and that's where it remains red on north and south, then change to yellow on the east and west. Then it goes to the state five, where it needs to state where north and south needs to be a zero, so do east and west before, because we say that our circuit has to be able to, our traffic light has to be able to go red before it could go green again. So therefore, as you may see over here, I made that implementation where both of them are red on both traffic light, and it goes back to state zero. It go back to state zero, and as you may see, that's where we detect another green on either traffic light, and and that happens to be on the green north and south. Moreover, I also came up with some other you know if statements, and within within my simulation. For instance, if reset, yeah, if reset is on, or if reset, yeah, if reset is on, it should go back to itself. And that, thank you for watching this, and I hope that I was able to thoroughly um, demonstrate how to create a traffic light. Bye bye.